All right, welcome to Module 2, where we're creating our project and our roadmap for our song. So obviously, to record the song, I need to have my song written either in my head or in a program or app or on paper, whatever it is you use to write your music down to, you have to have that. And that's the first part before you even get to this point. Now, part of that writing process, you're creating the structure of your song. You probably have an idea in your head, the different instruments and maybe vocal parts you want in your song. So you have all of these thoughts in your head, how you want your song to sound. And what we need to do before we start recording that is kind of creating our roadmap in Waveform here. So it's easy to follow along, and you're going to guarantee you finish every song that you work on if you do this. So first you want to obviously create a project. So you would go to New Project and you would give it a name. You can click here to choose the location on your computer where you want to save it. If you have templates that you use, you can set those here. I'm just going to start with the blank template. Also, if you've created a template from a different project, you can click here to remove any clips from that project. Say you just like that project as a mix template and you want all of those plugins and tracks and all that sort of thing, but you don't want the clips that were in there, you can click that. But I'm just going to do a regular one here. I'll give it a name and create project. I've already done that because I've gotten to this point where I call this part sort of the bones of the song. And what I mean by that is I'll just record some little pieces here and there. This is still when I'm doing the songwriting. I'll go in here and I'll just record little parts. And I recorded these just through the microphone here. It's just me playing my guitar. It's nothing special. It's just so I remember the little riffs that I wanted to include in this song. And I just do this during the songwriting, but it does help to have this, and then you can go back to it, because sometimes you write a song and then it's not for several weeks or even months before you can go back and do the recording of that song. And by that time you might have forgot some things. So I'll just show you what I mean here by bones of the song. Now that was more for the actual melody of the song, but I could use that as a little guitar part in there, and the rhythm is going to sort of follow that. So I do have the rhythm in here. You can hear that. And all I did was I had my guitar in my hand and just recorded it through the mic here. You can do that on your phone if you want. You don't have to do it in Waveform. I just like to have everything sort of all in one place so I can easily go back and hear what it is. Another thing that I do here is I will set the tempo at this point. When you're writing your song, you may not know in your head what the actual tempo is. So I'll show you how I do that. Just let me grab my guitar quick. All right, I've got my guitar and I'm just going to mute these tracks here because we don't need to hear those. And what I do is I click on click, which is like our metronome, and I'll just go to any part in the song. I like to usually start at one of these highlighted bars here, but again, it doesn't matter. You may even want to zoom in a little more if that helps. And I'll just start the playback and I'll play along to it to see if that BPM matches the song that I have written in my head. All right, so something like that. I already have it set here, but if I didn't, I would just start to change this number until I find what actually works. And I like to look up at the screen and just make sure I'm staying within my bars here and everything looks correct. But if this wasn't correct, I could just double click there and say change it to 125 or something like that. And now watch when I play back. It's a lot slower than what I originally wanted. So I'm going to put it back up to 132 is what I came up with for this song. Also at this point, and this isn't necessary, but what I like to do is set the key. And the key for this song is actually C major. But if it wasn't, I could go in here and I can see key here. And I could change it to whatever one I wanted. And I could even change the scale if I wanted. So there's a bunch of options in there. Again, that's just an optional thing. You don't have to do it. But now we have our project created and we've got our BPM. I've got my bones parts that I can refer back to if I need it. And what I'm going to do is go down to File and Save Edit As. And this time I'll call it, I don't know, Mix 1, because it's eventually going to be the final mix. Click Save. And now what I'm going to do, because you can see it switched automatically to that new edit, I'm going to delete these clips in here. So I'm just going to delete all of those clips. And I'm even going to delete this track that I've named, or I'll just actually delete the name in there. And it'll just be called track 2 now. I'm gonna do this. And we have our blank slate to work with, but we have our BPM and our key set. And if we need to go back to those bones parts, we go into projects and you would find your project over here. I'm already clicked on it. You can see we have it over here, and that bones one was edit 1. And if I want, I can actually name that to bones. Hit enter. And now that's actually named Those Were the Days Bones. And I know I only need to go into that if I forget the little riffs and things that I came up with. But what I like about doing it this way is I have everything all in this one folder, if you want to call it that, this one project. It's all right there. There's not files just sitting on my computer somewhere in a songwriting folder or anything. They're all just sitting here. It's nicely organized and easy for me to go back to. So I'm going to go back into the project now. The next part of creating our roadmap is going through and adding all of the tracks that we think we're going to need for this song. And I'm just going to put my guitar away and we'll do that. All right, so what I mean is I know I'm going to want drums in this song, so I can just right click on that track, rename it to drums, and later on I might break that down to individual drums, but for now I'm just going to call it drums. And track 2, I'll rename that to bass. Track 3, I'll rename that to guitar 1. Sometimes I'll even name it guitar 1 Les Paul, or whatever guitar I decide to use or have in mind that I'm going to use. So that's something you might want to do, just so when you go back, you know, oh yeah, I wanted to use that guitar. Or when you record, you can remember, oh yeah, I recorded with that guitar. Something you might want to do to keep yourself organized, but I'm going to continue to go through here. All right, I just sped ahead there because I created 4 guitar tracks in total. And the next thing I'll have in here is maybe I'll have a lead guitar track. And then I'll go on to lead vocals. And now we need to create some more tracks. So I can click this little plus sign here. And I can add one single track just by going to add track, or I can add several tracks. And you can see there's some numbers there. So I'm just going to think how many more I need. So I'm going to want 2 more for doubles, and then another 2 for backing vocals, and then maybe another couple of tracks for percussion instruments. And I think I also want a synth in there. So I'm just going to add 8 tracks for now, and we'll see where that takes us. But I continue to just rename the tracks. So I've just skipped ahead because all I did was rename these tracks. You can see I went from my guitars to lead guitar, lead vocals, double vocals. I have BKV 1 through 3, which is backing vocals, tambourine, shaker, and synth. Now, synth I might actually want to bring up to just after my guitars. So I can click and drag it in between those two, and now I have that track where I want it here. Also, keep in mind if during any part of your creative process you decide, you know what, I don't want one of these in there, you can just right-click on it and delete the track, or maybe you decide, you know what, I need another track, then you can easily just keep adding more and more tracks. Waveform allows you to add as many tracks as your computer can handle. So we have our tracks all lined up. The next part is using our arranger track or markers to really outline the different parts of the song. And we're going to do that in the next video.